Okay, so this video is going to look at how you create management queries for hire systems. So similar to the last video, we're going to use three tables initially: hire items, hire, and unique items, or unique article in this case. So the whole basis of management queries for this type of system will be the date difference formula. So if I want to generate any meaningful information, remember there's a whole range of different types of queries that you can create for management. I'll just bring up a few of those now. So these are some typical management reports here. You've got top salesperson, by number of sales, by total revenue, by month, by year, most popular product, by number of sales, by total revenue. And what that means by number of sales is you might have a product that is sold, they might sell 1,000 of those products, but each product might only be worth what, £1. So that's £1,000 for 1,000 products. But you might have products that you might only sell 10 of each year, but that generate, maybe they're £1,000 each. So the total revenue from those 10 products is £10,000. So even though you're only selling 10 of them, they're actually worth more to the company than the 1,000 items you sold at £1 each. So that's why it's it's from a management point of view, they would want to know both the most popular product by the number of items they've sold of that product, and also by the total revenue gained from selling that product. And again, you'll notice I've put by month, by year, because you can really generate these types of queries very quickly using the between and in the date sold or date hired in the criteria box for those fields. The last type of management query is customer profile, and any business will, especially nowadays, will be looking at trying to target their customers, their most popular customers. So they'll be looking at customers, the most popular customers, by gender, by postcode, by date of birth, by marital status, to try and build up a profile of exactly what type of person buys or hires stuff from their business, so that they can then target that particular type of person on a wider scale. So going back to the query, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in the date difference formula here. So I'm just going to put in a field, I'm going to name the field the number of days, and I'm just going to put in the date difference formula. Again, I want the answer calculated in days, and I want the date difference between the date issued and the due date for return. I'm only going to use the due date for return here initially, just for demonstration purposes. If you wanted to include the date difference between the due date for return and the date returned as well in your management query, then you could do that. But in terms of demonstrating, how to generate a management query, then this will suffice for now. So this is the number of days that an item's been hired out. So let's get the date. That's the number of days there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that by the cost of the item. So let's just rename that total revenue. So that's going to calculate the number of days that an item's out on hire and multiply that by the cost. I'm just going to change that. I need my closing bracket there. I'm going to close off with that date difference formula. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to a currency field. So if I run that now, it's asking for the hire ID. So there's the 4 items, and there's the total for that particular hire. Now, I'm going to take out these other fields. These are fields that I put in the last query I was demonstrating. demonstrating, so I'm just going to take those out. So I want this to show the total revenue for a particular product. So I want the total revenue gained from selling a particular product in this business. So that's calculating the total revenue at the moment, but that's showing the total revenue for basically all the items that I've sold. So now I'm just going to start to make this query more specific. So I'm going to put in the article ID, and that's going to group the total revenue by the particular article. I'm going to sort that in descending order, and that will show the total revenue for all the items that have been hired out in descending order. I'm now going to bring in information about the actual article themselves. So I'm going to size, color, cost, and brand. Now obviously in my report I could put in an image. On a query you can't see the image of the article, but in a report you would be able to see the image. So if I run that, so that's showing me the total revenue for each product that's been hired out in descending order. So that's quite a useful thing. Now if I wanted to change that, and instead of looking at the most popular products by total revenue, I could change that to customer. Now I still need this table in here because I need that for the cost. I still need the hire table because that has the date issued, and I still need the hire items because that's got the due date for return. But this time I'm going to show it by the total revenue by customer. So I just remove the article table and bring in the customer table, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in customer details. Oops, put that in twice. So if we run this now, this is going to show the total revenue by customer. So you can just repeat this again for staff. I want to see who the top salesperson is. So you've taken out the customer table and putting in the staff table. So again, that will group it by whatever you want to show the total revenue for. So one simple query can generate, one simple formula can allow you to generate a management query for 5 or 6 different things. Now say I wanted to find out the total revenue for a particular date range. So let's just take out staff and let's put in the date issued. So that's the date of hire effectively. So I want to allow the user to enter a particular range of dates. So I'm just going to put the first prompt is going to say enter first date, and the second prompt is going to be enter end date. So what's going to happen here is whenever I run this formula, or this query, sorry, this little prompt is going to appear to the user, and it's going to allow them to select the date range to show the total revenue for. So if I wanted just a general total revenue query, I could just run this. So enter first, let me see, so let's change that to enter start date and run this query. So again, I'm not sure when these hires were issued, so let's just say it's 2010. So what I'll do is I'll put the date issued in there so I can be more specific in the next query run. I can actually put in a specific month. So let's say the 1st of the 1st 2010. Now again, you have to make sure that the date issued field is in date time format, otherwise this query won't work properly. I'm going to say the 31st of the 12th 2010. If I run that, now there's nothing showing that, which means there's nothing in that date issued. So there was obviously no hires in that particular date range. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that field out and just run that. Yeah, so the date issues all 2012. It's all September 2012 as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into the hire table here. I'm going to change a couple of things. I'm going to change that to 2010. I'm going to change that to 2010 just so I can have just a few records showing rather than all the records showing. So I'm just going to put that prompt back in. So that's going to be between, and then enter start date and enter end date. So when I run this query, I'll put in the 1st of the 1st 2010 and the 31st of the 12th of 2010. So there, that's showing me the total revenue. You'll notice that it's putting it in for each date of hire effectively, so it's putting in several records, but it's not showing me a total. If I don't show that field, it should just show me not the total revenue by date, but it should show me the overall total revenue. So I'll just put that in again. And no, it's not. So what I would need to do is I need to turn on the totals, and let's try and add everything together. So let's put in again date range. This totals allows me to enter or to group the data according to whatever total I want to show it by. So I could maybe run an average or a count or a sum or whatever. Okay, so there's it's now showing me total revenue. Now you can see this is again a bit artificial, £7 million from Harnout Dresses, but again it's only because the dates in this here, the date returned is 2 years after the date hired. So there, that shows you how to do a total revenue query by a particular date range. Now again, if you wanted to, you could do total revenue by a particular date range for a particular product. And what you would do is, again, bring in your article table, put in your article information, and you run your query. It then shows your total revenue by the individual items within that particular date range. So that's a management query using the date different formula for total revenue by date, by article, by staff, by customer, and using the sum command or the sum totals allows you to generate an overall total revenue. But as soon as you start putting in information from individual tables, then it starts to break it down by each item.